State lawmakers are considering a bill that make you more liable for injury when you take part in activities considered inherently risky. We're talking about popular activities like skiing or rafting. Noah Chast explains.
The Athletic Club of Bend and nearly 20 other local businesses support the bill, saying it's necessary for both the businesses and the people that use them. Now, members of this club, skiers at Mount Bachelor, and people like you and me could be found legally responsible if we signed a waiver. But right now, even the business can be found responsible whether a waiver was signed or not. Senate Bill 754 would reverse a 2014 Supreme Court ruling regarding a terrain park injury at Mount Bachelor, which found recreational liability waivers virtually unenforceable. If the bill passes, people performing inherently risky activities like skiing, rafting, or mountain biking would be held to their signed liability waiver.
All other Western states recognize that except Oregon. So this would just bring Oregon back in alignment as it was before 2014 with all of the other Western states.
Jim Zupancic is the president of the Oregon Health and Fitness Alliance, representing 100 businesses in support of the bill. Mount Bachelor, the Athletic Club of Bend, MBSEF, Oregon Adaptive Sports, and several other Central Oregon businesses are in support. Mount Bachelor President John McLeod says the bill is needed to restore the balance between the responsibilities of recreation and fitness organizations and the responsibility of individuals.
If we don't have these liability waivers, these businesses won't be able to offer these to the public.
Zupancic says with the onus almost always on the business, insurance companies are either denying coverage or significantly increasing their premiums. With higher premiums comes higher rates.
And we know that consumers can't afford to pay higher rates, and so these parts of the businesses will probably have to shut down.
And is there a chance if this passes that members of these certain groups might see their membership or ticket rates go down or prices go down?
Well, we know from all of the inflation that we're seeing in so many things, food prices and other things, that we don't know what's going to happen ultimately with prices.
If the bill passes, it does not mean the business is free from all accountability. A court will still look at every waiver case by case and make a decision. It just takes away the 2014 precedent that makes businesses accountable no matter what. Noah Chast, News Channel 21.